I need him to take my shirt off. Wait.
It's okay.
Come on.
My glasses on, I can't talk.
No, it's all good fun. I'm talking to Jillian Anderson. When is that going to happen again? So my question for you is 20 years of carrying this identity, being Mulder and Scully. I'm curious about the double-edged sword. Like, does it sometimes become a cross? In a way, like, you know, David, you're doing Hank Moody on Californication, for example. You know, you carry these identities. You were talking about being the caretaker of that identity. Like, what's it like really being Mulder? Like, what's it like really being Scully when someone looks at you? I can understand that it's great in like moments like this when you're surrounded by fans, but is it a double-edged sword? Essentially, is what I'm asking.
I don't know what it's like to be Mulder, honestly, because I never thought of myself as, I don't think of myself as Mulder. I think of myself as David, you know, as whatever his life is. I think that when we were doing the show, because it was so popular, that I think we were both afraid that, you know, we were going to be, what's going on behind my back? What is she doing? You tell me.
You just put her glasses on.
Oh, really?
You gotta put her look at me.
It's nipples.
So yeah, I mean, I think initially, maybe towards the end of the show, and right afterwards, you know, you want to do something as opposite from that as an actor as you can, but I don't know, do you feel like Scully?
No, I mean, I think it's my experience of characters that I play, you know, speaking for myself, is you know, as standing on the outside as somebody who plays them, not as somebody who becomes them for a day or 9 years or whatever. It's not. It feels very much like I am separate from those.
And then you let it go.
Yeah. So it's objectively, it's a cool thing. I can judge it as being either cool or sucky, but yeah, it doesn't go beyond
I
that.
have to amend my answer because I realize now that Jill and I occasionally exchange emails. How many a year? 5.
Yeah, that's what you told me.
Sometimes I sign Mulder. I'll sign Mulder. Usually.
Yeah, that's true. You have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess I think I'm Mulder.
And I signed mine Skullbag. It's not even Nipple Man yet. It's over here. It's this guy with the jacket on.
No?
No, what, huh?
It's the
10 minutes.
Hi.
10 minutes.
Hi, sorry. So I just want to say thank you for you guys for being here. I think you mean a lot to everybody that's in this room, and we're very thankful for the X-Files because it gave the ability to have shows like Supernatural on the air still today, which is absolutely fantastic. But I was just curious if you guys are paying attention to the season 10 comics at all. Is there anything that you're aware of that's going on in there? And if there's anything that you hopefully will want to see either addressed or resolved in the third movie, if you guys hopefully get to make it ever?
The only thing I paid attention to is the approval of the artwork, and I actually haven't read any of the insides of the comic books at all.
No, I haven't either. And in terms of what we'd like to see in a third movie, I think Jill and I agree that it would be, you know, alien conspiracy based. We want to see. I don't know about tying up loose ends, but it seems like that's the part of the show, and we'd love to get back to that.
Yeah?
Thanks.
Nipple Man!
What is your story, dude? What's up with you?
Well, my name is Hank. Hank Moody.
Uh-oh.
Apparently the writer of the Showtime series
Yeah, I know it.
called Californication. I would like to know, could you sign my book for me since you're the inspiration of our series of origination?
So am I. I'm not really
Okay.
sure. Yeah,
You're a writer, you're pretending to be a writer, or you are a writer on Californication?
No, he's not a writer.
Okay.
Thank window.
So you're pretending to be a writer on Californication and wants David's signature on a DVD?
On the book that is right here.
But hey,
Is that your real voice?
let's
And what's on your nipple? The most important thing is what's on your nipple.
It says, hello, my name is Hank. This fell off. Blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
Moody on the left.
Thanks, but I'm not gonna sign it because I don't want to jib everybody else here, but it's nice to meet you, so let's get to it.
No, it's fine.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm scared.
I just want to say that X-Files has been a big part of my life. I've seen every episode, but there's one episode in particular that stuck out to me that scared the shit out of me when I was a kid. It was called Home.
Yeah.
And I was wondering, when you guys were shooting that episode, were there things that you weren't allowed to shoot? Or, like, did you know at the time it was going to be as controversial as it was?
No, we didn't know that was going to be controversial. We thought it was a good episode. I remember,
Well, I remember reading the thing about the mother under under the bed and thinking, whoa. And the fact that they kept
drunk and they do it.
all of that shit, man. I mean, it was like, the fact that they were able to keep it on and they actually shot it and that it did air in some cities.
Well, that's the one episode. Kim Manners, who unfortunately died a couple years ago, was our great friend and directed probably the second most, if not the most, of anybody, him and Rob, right? Probably, what, 30, 35? Many. Great guy, Kim. And Kim was very proud of the fact that Home, which he directed, was the only X-File that didn't repeat. They took it out of the rotation because people were grossed out and standards and practices couldn't deal with it. So that's for Kim.
You can show a mangina, but you can't show sorry. I just introduced David to old Greg. Does anybody know who? Oh my God.
You love him?
Sorry.
I want to mention one more thing. Speaking of controversy, are we going to see you appear in Hamilton season 2?
Me? Yes.
Yeah, I love that.
Yes. How many more minutes?
All right.
Okay. At the very end, I'm going to do the shirt auction. So somebody has to remind me when we're getting close, because then I'll do that. Okay.
Hi. X-Files was my first pop culture love, and I've had many, so thank you so much. Vince Gilligan wrote some of my favorite episodes of the X-Files, and Neil Gilligan has gone on to do some amazing things, as have you guys. Would you ever, or is there any possibility, or would you ever want to collaborate with either of you separately or together with Vince again? Or are there any other writers or directors that you'd like to from the series that you'd like to?
Yeah, well, Vince, we knew Vince was a really talented writer when he was on the show. Some of his episodes were also some of our favorites, I would say. Jillian's favorite, Bad Blood, was written by Vince. I'll speak for you. We go by material, not by people, and Vince creates good material, so of course you'd say, yeah, you've worked with Vince, probably, depending on the material. We had a lot of talented directors come through.
I was just thinking maybe we should talk to.
Well, Howard Gordon's another guy.
Yeah.
There's Homeland.
With Darren Moore, we were talking yesterday about him being one of our favorites as well, because we've also talked about doing something funny together in the future.
Yeah, well, Darren.
Talk to Darren about that.
Yeah, I love that, but he takes a long time. Wonderful, wonderful writer.
Thank you.
Sure.
I'd like to say hello and thank you for making such a great show. And I love your cameo in your reboot, Azurian. And
Thank you.
you can animate the show?
Reboot?
Yeah.
Reboot? Yeah.
Yeah, and
Oh, it's just,
I don't think
it's
it's...
just you.
Okay. Thanks.
My question is, what is your inspiration to your characters?
From Mulder and Scully?
Like way back when Tom was 11? The inspiration?
I guess for me at the time because Silence of the Lambs had come out and
I just heard the lamb screaming.
probably, Clarice Starling, just because I was a... what is that? Is that like a box? Is that a human being? It's a phone.
And I think, for Mulder, what I liked about it in the writing and the script was that he was not an unconventional FBI agent, so I was able to kind of not make the standard procedural law enforcement guy.
And X-Files is the best show on TV.
My man.
Thank you.
Super nervous right now.
Don't be nervous.
First of all, I won't say how old I was when I started watching the X-Files, but it was the
Go
childhood.
ahead. I mean, it's like,
I was 6 when I started watching the X-Files. And David, you were my first childhood crush, and I still have a crush on you. My question is the Mulder and Scully relationship. I know that some TV shows, when you actually pair the main characters together, it kind of takes away from the TV show. I personally love Mulder and Scully as a couple, and I was just wondering what your opinion was on that and their development from the first season all the way to the last season, even to the movies.
I personally enjoyed the fact that they didn't get together for a really long time. The fact that the writers were clever enough to drag it out. So that in later seasons, even the touch of a hand or a hug or whatever was meaningful. I kind of.
let me answer
My question.
seriously.
What was I going to say?
While we were doing it, I didn't, you're in it, and I'd like to speak to Julian again. I don't know if I am, but we weren't aware of, what we were doing. Really, we're just doing it, and. Play the Mulder and Scully thing. We were just kind of at a certain point. We're just kind of instinctually doing what Mulder and Scully did, and it was very easy. And when we came back to do the second film after years, it was still whatever. We kind of fell into. It was weird to be Mulder, but it wasn't weird to be Mulder and Scully. I don't know if you found out. So it was that's true though. But when and recently, and I don't know why, but I've seen some of the stuff that maybe you guys have done, but the fans have put together like clips with romantic songs of Mulder and Scully doing stuff or looking at each other, and it's really kind of cool. It's very emotional, and. I get it now. I get it now. I get it now. Yeah.
And very last question, right over there.
Hi guys, thank you very much for coming out.
Make it a good one.
What I definitely took away from the show is how important it is to have a really good partner, either someone who challenges what you think and is your complete opposite, or thinks the way you do as well and will always support you. So with that, I actually have a request and a question. The request is if I could have your blessing, and my question is actually to my girlfriend.
I think you guys come up here and let's end this part of the show with you guys being embraced by this lovely group of people. Let's wish Miguel Morgan a long and happy life and a beautiful marriage.
After every panel is I auction off a t-shirt that I'm wearing, which is Conversation on the Rock, and the money goes to Say Yes, which is one of my charities. And it's kind of a downer after that.
Scully DNA on it, right?
Yeah, I might be a little ripe. But is that something you guys would be interested in? Would you be interested in doing an alternate spot? Okay, so start at 20. I'm gonna go. Okay. 100. Anybody for 120? What?
You're fucking kidding me.
150. Anybody above 150? 200.
Oh my god.
Yes, we take credit cards. Oh wow. Okay. What do you want? 250.
What do you got?
300. 350. 400. 450. 500.
You can get it off eBay.
525.
Take it off!
What? 700. Anybody above 700? Very good cause. Say yes. 700. Go once. Go twice. Thank you. Going twice.